Hey everyone, I remember discussing Jio Financials at the time of its listing. It got listed 2 years ago, around August 23, at levels of 265. Since then, it has already been a roller coaster ride for the company. After the listing, its share price fell down to lows of around 214, then it recovered and made a high of 380, but it again fell down 45% to levels of 200. However, now the stock price has recovered to more than levels of 300. Now, of late, Jio Financials is making a lot of buzz. Its subsidiary Jio BlackRock AMC has received approval from SEBI to start mutual fund operations. I am sure you would be aware that Jio has partnered with BlackRock, which is world's largest AMC. Second recent update is on its brokerage platform that has also received SEBI approval. As a result, its stock price is on roll in last few weeks. However, the big question here is, what about the execution? Because the business has not yet started. And there's already a lot of hype. Now, considering the history of Reliance industry in disrupting the business it enters into, be it telecom or retail, a lot of people are expecting Jio Financials to disrupt the financial industry of India. But is it really possible? So in this video, we'll first discuss the latest business update from Jio Financials, and then we'll discuss whether Jio Financials can disrupt the financial world or not. Finally, we'll look at how to approach Jio Financial's share price. Should you buy, avoid, what to do? But before that, friends, I have a big announcement. I've started a Hindi video channel where the goal is to simplify financial knowledge among every Indian who is comfortable with Hindi. The goal is to share my knowledge on every aspect of money management that can benefit even a person from a small town of the country. It's a brand new journey and there's going to be massive learning on everything right from how to achieve financial freedom to how to invest money the right way. So if you think that my Hindi channel can help you in your financial journey, do subscribe to it. Link I'll provide in the pinned comment. And if you know someone, your parents, friends or colleague who are more comfortable in Hindi, do share the channel with them. To begin with, my first video is on my journey from a data analytics consulting job 5 years ago to a full-time YouTube educator. How that happened. Next, I have discussed how you can achieve your first 1 crore corpus in a very practical manner. Likewise, many interesting topics are there. Also, if you could visit my Hindi channel and comment which topics you want me to discuss, it would be of great help. I hope I'll see you all in my Hindi YouTube channel. At this English channel, I'll continue. With this, let's get started with today's video. Jio Financials is not entering the financial space with just one product. It's building a full stack ecosystem across multiple verticals. While the company is still in early stages and detailed disclosures are limited, based on publicly available sources, Jio Financial is currently focusing on 5 core verticals. First is lending business, second is asset and wealth management, third is distribution of financial products, fourth digital payments, and a proposed foray into your life and general insurance. Now within lending business, it has 2 subdivisions. First is retail lending that would focus on consumer durable loans like mobile phones, TV, laptop, appliances, especially at Reliance digital stores. It also includes personal loans. Second is merchant lending that includes small ticket business loans and working capital loans. Here the idea is to leverage Reliance more than 30 lakh merchant partners with a plan to scale this to 1 crore merchants. The second vertical is asset and wealth management where it has 50-50 joint venture with BlackRock. It would include AMC, that is mutual fund house for retail investors, as well as wealth management services for HNI investors. This segment also includes the stock broking business similar to your Zerodha, Grow, etc. Then third vertical is distribution service where it will use its digital platforms as well as your offline network to distribute financial products including insurance. Fourth vertical is digital payments that include your UPI payment, digital wallet, bill payments, debit and credit card, etc. And fifth vertical is insurance business where it eventually want to launch its own life and general insurance product and become a full stack insurance service provider. Approval for insurance business is pending from IRDAI. Now this slide shows the business structure of Jio Financials that include Jio Finance, the NBFC, then Jio Insurance Broking Limited, then Jio Payment Solution, the payment aggregator, then Jio Finance Platform for distribution of financial products, all are 100% subsidiaries. Then you have Jio BlackRock AMC, where Jio has 50% stack. then Jio BlackRock Investment Advisor, joint venture for wealth management, and then Jio BlackRock Broking Firm, and then Jio Payment Bank, where around 15% stake is with SBI. Now let's look at the progress in each vertical. So this slide shows an update on lending business. In September 24, the AUM of this vertical was around 1200 crore. Next quarter it jumped to 4200 crore, and in latest quarter it is 10,000 crore. That's an exponential growth. Its product portfolio include home loan, loan against property, loan against mutual funds and shares. That's for retail. And corporate lending include vendor financing, working capital loan, etc. Jio is expanding its distribution network for lending business that include opening physical offices, external go-to-market channels, partnership with wealth management firms, marketing tie-up, and leveraging group ecosystem for retail and corporate lending. Next update is on Jio Payment Bank. It's very small at the moment. Deposit growth is from 88 crore to 295 crore. Then this slide shows the update on investment business in joint venture with BlackRock. Their AMC business that they filed has already been approved recently. Their wealth management and broking business have also received approval. So at the moment, from business point of view, there's not much action except for the sharp jump in the AUM for lending business. This slide shows company's P&L where net profit in FY25 has jumped 25% versus FY24. I hope you got some idea on the business structure of Jio Financials and the progress in last 2 years. Like I said, company is still in a stage where it is building the foundation. It's too early to make any comment on the business execution. Obviously, it's a long-term journey for the company and only time will tell in next few years how Jio Financials has been able to capture the pie from India's fast-growing lending as well as investment ecosystem. Because there's no doubt that opportunity size is massive. Otherwise, Reliance would not even enter into it. It's going to be all about execution. Now let us discuss whether Jio Financials can disrupt the financial world like telecom or not. So Reliance has the reputation of disrupting the business it enters into. We have seen it with telecom and retail business. But can Jio also disrupt financial industry? I doubt. See, try to understand. In telecom sector, Reliance was able to disrupt the market by offering free data. But in lending business, which is their key focus area, you can't offer free loans. In fact, in lending, if you try to grow at a faster rate, there's a risk of giving money to people who may not return it. This leads to high NPA and potential loss of investor capital. So here credit underwriting would play a very important role. Second reason, there are already many established banks, both private and public, and they are leading NBFCs like Bajaj Finance that have decades of experience in lending with a solid distribution network. Jio Financials is entering this space fresh. It does not yet have the track record that top NBFCs like Bajaj Finance or banks like SDFC have. Next point is, financial sector in India is highly regulated. You have to follow certain set of rules, be it capital adequacy, risk provisioning, compliance, and so on. Jio cannot just burn cash to gain market share. And fourth very important factor is trust. In telecom, customers were willing to try Jio instantly. Worst case, they lose a SIM card. But would you take a loan, buy insurance, or invest your saving with a brand that is still new in finance? Trust in finance takes years to build. One bad news cycle, one governance issue, and customer perception can shift. Hence, I don't think Jio can disrupt the financial sector like telecom. Having said this, it is also a fact that Jio has a huge advantage with Reliance distribution network, be it retail stores, Jio stores, and digital platforms. It has access to millions of customers as well as merchants. So that can give a solid head start to their business. Another advantage is technology. I think technology would play a very important role in Jio Financial's growth, where they can focus on digital first lending model, which is low cost and can give massive scale to their business. And of course, with Reliance parentage, Jio Financial has deep pockets that give them access to the best of talent, capital, and patience that most startup lacks. Now let's discuss, is it worth investing in Jio Financials or not? So traditionally for any business, before investing, we need to look at fundamentals in terms of how strong the company is, who are the promoters, what is the moat, then what is the growth potential. Then we need to track quarter-on-quarter progress to understand how is the growth in terms of both revenue and profit. Then we need to look at valuation before taking a call on buy-sell. Now in case of Jio Financials, fundamentals look solid with solid parentage, strong board of director and a leadership team. There's no doubt about it. Also, the growth opportunity in the financial sector is massive. However, as we discussed earlier, we can't just look at AUM growth or earning growth for Jio Financials. In the financial sector, we have to track a lot more data points. For example, within lending, we need to track what kind of loan company is giving. What is the breakup of secured versus unsecured loan? Then we need to track the NPAs along with KPIs like net interest margin, ROA, ROE, etc. And all this would take time as the business has just started. And of course, valuation is very important. So at the moment, Jio Financial has a price to book of 1.7, which is an excellent valuation. If you compare it with Bajaj Finance, it commands a price to book of around 6. But the fact is, you can't compare Jio Financials with Bajaj Finance today. Since Jio business is not yet established, market won't pay a very high premium to it. Having said this, in the short term, market is driven by sentiments. At the moment, sentiments are very positive for financial and especially lending business due to RBI rate cut and CRR cut. So Jio Financials can see further valuation re-rating and share may continue to outperform. So at the moment, as an investor, you have two options. First option is to track the company and see how the business evolve over the next 2-3 years, how management executes, and then only take an informed decision. Second option is, if you think Jio Financial has the potential, you invest systematically for the long term and keep a close eye on company's performance. Now, one last thing I want to clarify is its market share. Some people say that Jio Financial has just started its business. How can it command a 2 lakh crore market cap? So if you look at its balance sheet within investment section, it shows 1.18 lakh crore of value. A major chunk of this comes from Jio Financial's holding in Reliance Industry. After the demerger in 2023, Jio Financials received a 6.1% stake in Reliance Industry. That is itself valued more than 1 lakh crore. So a major chunk of Jio's market cap currently includes its stake in Reliance. So to summarize, Jio Financial has a powerful parentage, a large customer base, and is entering high growth segments. But finance is a long-term game, and success here won't come overnight. Whether it can become the next Bajaj Finance or not will depend entirely on execution quality, risk control, and consistent trust building. Now you tell me in the comments, are you invested in Jio Financials or closely tracking its business execution before deploying your capital? If you find this video useful, do share it within your circle and don't forget to check out my Hindi YouTube channel. I'll see you next video. Till then, take care.